right, welcome back to Slip Joint Display. Today we're looking at a Grayson Cutlery 42 in Antique Yellow Jigged Bone. This is the Missouri Trader. This is knife number 421125LB. Let's get into the model. So Grayson Cutlery has re-released the 42s. I picked this up from Boss Steel Blades. This knife was an oddball for me to throw on the channel because the name of the channel is Slip Joint Display, and this isn't a slip joint. I mean, the joint does slip a little bit on this, but it is a locking knife. But it is a traditional knife, and it is in GEC's catalog, and a lot of people love it. So I thought I would throw it on here anyway. Not to mention the historical aspect of the lock. I thought that would be an interesting approach or addition to the video. What you're talking about here is Titty cutlery. So satin polished blade, nail nick, drawn swedge, non-fluted bolsters, beautiful jig bone, bomb shield, brass liners and pins, and lanyard tube. As far as the tube is concerned, Titty cutlery, classic pocket knives, genuine North American cattle bone from the GEC Bone Works 1095 high carbon, and then the pin to go along with it, Missouri Trader. So I can totally dig all that. As far as Grayson Cutlery lockbacks are concerned, this is the first one that I've had. I was interested to get my hands on this and just see how it was. You hear people in the community talk a lot about GEC's lockbacks and how they're old school. So you'll have side to side and up and down play and that kind of thing. And it throws a lot of people off. I went into it knowing full well that that was probably what I was getting into. Now, that being said, this feels really good as far as those aspects are concerned. No side to side, a little bit of up and down, but very, very little. Now, I'm not really concerned with it. I'm not one that goes around saying, well, if a lock on a pocket knife can't hold 800 pounds, that it's not safe. That's just stupid. I mean, it's a pocket knife. So I can totally dig it. I'll also note that there are guys in the community who I've seen posting these and talking about them who have been in the game longer than me and have old 42s and other locking knives from Grayson Cutlery who are getting these and saying how nice these are and how well done they are. I will say that I think the execution is really, really good. The jig bone is beautiful. I totally dig the bomb shield. I think that was perfect. The transitions, I mean, I can catch the bolster a little bit, but I'm really not concerned with it here. I mean, I think that would be a stupid thing to complain about. I like the profile of the knife. I mean, this is a really straightforward, full-size, single-blade, clip-point pocket knife. Old school. 100%, that's what you're talking about here. I know a lot of people were after these jig bone models, and for good reason. I mean, that jig bone looks gorgeous. Look at the way that's cut. What a great job they did on that. I almost wish that the bone had more color transition on the show side like it does here on the pile side, but that's all right. I can dig it. This is what I ended up with. So, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm still assessing this to decide how much I like it. I mean, it really is different. The lock is fine. I did flush the knife a little bit, so it was a bit gritty upon getting it. Nothing a little nano oil didn't take care of. I will say that the action on it is very light. So it doesn't snap closed very hard. It comes out very easily, opens very easily. So let's look here. Let's look at our billboard. Genuine North American cattle bone. And then Titty Cutlery, Titusville, PA, and then GEC car for carbon, and 421125, no LB on the tang stamp. So, yeah, it's an interesting model, and I don't know. I like it so far. It is large. It's a large knife. So just to do a little point of comparison here. Here it is against a 15, so much larger. Here it is against a 71, and just to bring another jig bone model into it, here it is against an 86. So, I mean, even the 86, it's much larger than. As far as the design is concerned, like I said, it's a straightforward clip point single blade. Good ergos on it. And as far as the lock is concerned, you know, I wanted to address the historical significance of the lock and them approaching it old school. I looked into it, and the first locking knife, the first folding knife that had a lock on it that I can find written about is the Navaja, which was popular in Spain. That was it came around in the 1400s, and that was the result of, at the time, in Spain, only nobility could carry swords, and people wanted a weapon that they could easily hide, I guess easier than a fixed blade, that they could still fight with. So the Navaja was their choice. In the 1500s, the lockback came around, or some variation of it. Probably not the version that we know today. And it was on knives here and there in different variations over the years. And it wasn't until 1964 when Buck put out their Buck 110 model with their lockback on it that it became something that was mass produced and popularized. And Buck should really get credit for that. So while it was around in the past, there's not a whole lot of examples or catalog pictures that I came across in the research that I was doing that really showed it. As far as this version is concerned, let's look here. I wanted to try and get some close-ups so that you guys could see. So that tang is rounded like a cam tang. So if we bring this 15 back into it, you can see the differences there. The 15 is completely squared off. The 42 is rounded, and then the 15 is just flat in that area. You get over to here, you've got cutouts in it. You can't see it. I don't think putting the light on this would really help, but this back spring has a cutout piece that sticks out, and when this comes around, this little cutout here, the piece that sticks out falls into it. And then it falls into place. And it doesn't want to release the blade unless you push on the back, on the release of the back spring, and then it moves. So that's how the whole thing functions. Again, for what it is, for what they were shooting for, I think they did a fine job with it. Strike down the middle on the centering. Like I said, it's very light action, and I did notice that in the closed position, it's very easy to push this blade in. And you can even, when you do it, move the back spring out. You can see that there. And when you do that, I looked, and what you end up with is blade wrap. So there's that. Now, that doesn't matter. There's no reason to be slamming this knife home. But if you're carrying this out of a slip, if you're throwing it in your pocket or something next to your wallet and you're sitting on it, you could have times where, you know, you catch oddball pressure and it pushes that blade in. I just thought it was worth noting. So, yeah, I mean, I dig the knife. I like the look of it. Let's have a look around real quick. So what we're talking about here is a 3 1/4 cutting length, 3 1/2 inch blade. And as far as the handle is concerned, a little over 4 inch handle, maybe 4 1/8, something like that. Let's look for gaps. There's nothing from the outside, but if we just look this way, nothing. No light coming through. No grains of sand. They did a really good job on this. And of course, there's no flush at half because there's no half. Yeah. I haven't even sharpened this. You You know, I just wiped the factory oil off it. It's not that new to me. I've had it for a few days. I just didn't have a chance to get around to sitting down and doing this. But I think they did a good job on it. I like the color there. The transitions in the color. Yeah. Look at the way the blade tapers. Yeah, I can dig it. What do you guys think? I know these are coming out and they're still coming out. I haven't finished coming out yet. So is it something that you're going to go after? Is it something you're interested in or not interested in? Do you have an old one? Is it one that you stay away from or one that you were hoping to snag on release? What do you think of the locking mechanism, the history behind it? I mean, like I said, it, you know, first, the lockback first showed its face in the 1500s and had different variations since then. And it was only mass produced in, 1964 from Buck. So what are your thoughts on the whole thing? Get down in the comments. Let us all know. I want to hear from you guys. And I'll see you guys on the next video.